So Season 1 ended with Sam walking back into Percy's kitchen, Charlie crumpled on his office floor, and approximately 1,000 unanswered questions. Naturally, instead of answering any of them immediately, the show is almost certainly going to make us wait. Let's break down what Season 2 probably has in store. The medical mystery, the slow burn reunion, the new romance nobody asked for, but everyone's getting anyway, and the inevitable third act gut punch, because this show apparently cannot help itself. Let's start with the obvious. Charlie. The man just face-planted in front of a photo that's basically a Season 2 billboard, so there's no version of this show where he's actually in danger. Expect the premiere to open with Charlie in a hospital bed, surrounded by monitors, with everyone assuming the worst for about 10 minutes before a doctor shows up to deliver the world's vaguest diagnosis, something stress-related, something that conveniently requires him to slow down and re-evaluate his life, which is television code for get ready for a romance arc. And that romance arc is almost certainly heading toward Alice, the photographer from the other book in this universe. Given that the finale all but stapled her photo to Charlie's storyline, expect her to show up early, maybe even at the hospital, maybe through some contrived small town, everyone knows everyone coincidence, and for the show to spend the season slowly walking these two from wary strangers to oh no, I think I like you, while Charlie is simultaneously trying to process whatever feelings he's apparently been hiding about Percy. That's going to be the real tension here. Is Charlie's thing for Alice genuine, or is it a rebound from a crush he never got to have? The show will probably tease both for a while before landing on genuine, but complicated by guilt. Now, Sam and Percy. The premiere left them in this fragile, hopeful little bubble. Sam's back, Percy's thrilled, and the show let us believe for a second that we might actually get a clean reunion. We will not get a clean reunion. Expect the first episode or two to ride that high a little, maybe even let them fall back into old rhythms, working together at the tavern, that easy chemistry coming right back. But then the betrayal stuff resurfaces, because Sam said explicitly that he wasn't sure he could forgive Percy, and shows like this don't let people just quietly get over that. Expect to blow up somewhere around episode 3 or 4. Something small triggers it, an offhand comment, an old photo, maybe Charlie's situation forcing everyone to be in a room together they don't want to be in, and suddenly Sam and Percy are right back to not speaking. Speaking of Charlie and Sam, that relationship is still a mess, and Charlie's health scare is going to force them into proximity, whether they like it or not. Expect a lot of stilted hospital waiting room scenes, a lot of Sam being the responsible one out of obligation rather than warmth, and probably one big argument where everything finally gets said out loud: the affair, the years of silence, all of it. This show loves a cathartic blow-up followed immediately by an even bigger emotional gut punch, so don't expect the argument to actually fix anything right away. If anything, it'll probably make things worse before it makes them better. Let's talk about the tavern, because Percy's whole arc last season was about putting down roots: the renovation, the publishing deal, building a life in Barry's Bay that's actually hers. Expect Season 2 to test that. Maybe the publishing deal comes with strings attached, like a book tour or a relocation request, putting Percy in the position of choosing between the career she's worked toward and the home she just built. Or maybe the renovation hits a snag, financial trouble, a structural issue, something that puts the tavern itself at risk, which would be a nice way to tie Percy's literal home to her emotional one. Either way, expect the tavern to become a pressure point again, the same way it was a comfort last season. Then there's Chantal and Geordie, who the finale very clearly set up as a slow burn. Expect this to actually develop this season, probably as the lighter subplot that gives the show some breathing room between all the heavier Sam, Percy, and Charlie stuff. Don't expect it to be smooth, though there's probably some complication, whether that's Chantal's plans to eventually leave Barry's Bay, or Geordie having some baggage of his own we haven't seen yet. But the show will likely use this couple as the easier love story, the one that makes you go, oh thank God, something's working out, in between all the Sam and Percy heartbreak. Now, the big one, that photo, and what it actually means for Charlie. The showrunners already said there's another book in this universe that's basically the blueprint for Season 2. And that book is about a photographer finding love with someone she photographed years earlier. So the show has to answer two questions. Who took that photo? And why did Charlie react to it like that? Expect a flashback episode, probably mid-season, that finally explains the full context of that day on the lake, filling in details we didn't get in Season 1. And expect that flashback to recontextualize Charlie's relationship with both Percy and Sam in some way nobody's expecting. Maybe he had feelings for Percy before Sam ever did. Maybe there's a whole history there that's been quietly buried for a decade. As for Sam and Percy's actual endgame look, the show wants to give them a happy ending eventually. That's clearly the emotional spine of the whole series. But expect this season to be the 2 steps forward, 1 step back season. Maybe by the midpoint, they're tentatively trying again, slow and careful, only for something probably tied to Charlie's situation or an old secret resurfacing to blow it all up again right before the finale. This show has shown us it loves giving characters a moment of happiness immediately before yanking it away, and there's no reason to think Season 2 breaks that pattern. So here's where I think we land by the Season 2 finale. Charlie's health stuff resolves, but not without revealing something that changes how everyone sees him. His thing with Alice is either just getting started or already in motion, depending on how fast the show wants to move. Sam and Percy are either freshly reconciled or freshly broken up again. Coin flip, honestly, but I'd bet on broken up again, because that's apparently just what this show does. Chantal and Geordie are probably the closest thing to a stable couple we get. And the tavern, somehow, despite everything, is still standing because if there's one thing Barry's Bay needs, it's a place for everyone to keep coming back to. Either way, this show just does not let anyone be happy for more than 30 seconds at a time, and honestly, at this point, I respect the consistency. Thanks for watching.